Hi everyone, my name is Pathak if you don't already know me, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Most of our videos go through one asana itself and explain all the benefits. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're just going to do a yoga class for you. There'll be some vinyasas, so some flowing movements, but there'll also be traditional hat yoga where we're holding positions for a longer time. You can do this if you're a beginner, because I'll give options for you, but I'll also give some more advanced options. If at any point it gets too much for you, just take a break in child's pose and grab some water, and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start with a short breathing meditation. So we'll come down onto our mats and lie in Shavasana, a corpse pose, just stretching our legs away from us, our arms away from us. We'll open the palms to the ceiling, and you'll slightly spread your legs as well, maybe mat distance, maybe a little bit less, whatever is comfortable. And then you take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then you just let your breath do what it does best. You can close your eyes if you want to. You're not going to miss much in this video now. So you're just lying here, feeling the tops of your hands on the ground, the outside edge of your heels, the back of your legs, your buttocks, especially your upper back. There's that natural curve in your spine. So your lower back is a little bit raised off the ground. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your neck muscles are relaxed. And as you're lying here and you're breathing in and out, you slowly feel that breath become deeper and deeper. In through the nose and out through the nose. No rushing on your in-breath and no skimming on the out-breath. Got all the time that we need. And we're becoming more embodied that way. We're becoming more aware of what's going on inside of us. We're becoming more aware of how nice it feels to breathe in and out that deeply. But we might also become aware of some aches or pains that we have in our body, maybe of some thoughts that are stressing us, and that's fine. They can become part of your yoga practice. And you might find that as you're breathing in and out, and you're breathing into these areas of your body that feel a bit tense, you're slowly starting to relax a little bit more. Now slowly hug your knees in towards your chest, and then gently rock from side to side, so you're massaging your spine on the mat. Maybe make this movement a bit bigger, going from one side to the other, and then finding your way back onto your back, hugging the knees a little bit closer, and then from here bringing the hands underneath your knees, opening your eyes, and gently rocking from front to back. So just a few times, and you can start bringing your feet onto the mat, and maybe straightening the legs and bringing the feet all the way behind you, staying there for a little bit longer if that's comfortable, and then all the way back. And if you don't reach, that's absolutely fine. You can just make this movement a little bit smaller, keeping in a little package. And the next time you come up all the way. Bring yourself into Shukrasana, so just crossing your legs, and bring the hands in front of you and come into a tabletop position. So here we want to make sure that we've got our hands directly underneath our shoulders and our knees directly underneath our hips. And from here, we're just going to come into a little arch and we'll look up, Madhurasana or the cat, and then we'll round and look down. Now every time you arch, you're going to breathe in, and every time you round, you breathe out. Breathing in and arching, and breathing out and rounding. We'll do this a few more times, so if you want to, you can close your eyes here and just listen to your breath and let the breath guide the way. If you feel like holding your breath at the bottom before breathing in again, you can hold that pose and then breathe in, arch, and maybe hold here as you hold your breath. And one last time, we round, bring the pelvis forward, we arch and tilt the pelvis back, and then we come back into a neutral spine. And from here, we're going to push ourselves away from the ground. We're going to straighten the legs away from us and come into Dandasana or the plank. If this is too strong for you, you can just bring the knees to the ground, but bring them a little bit further away. And keep breathing in and out. From here we're going to push our hips up, all the way up into our first inversion. You can walk your heels into the mat one by one as you do this. You squeeze your shoulder blades, you keep the arms nice and straight, and then you tilt your pelvis towards the back again, anterior tilt. And keep breathing. So this is often referred to as downward dog. Downward dog is a deeper version of this, which is mountain pose or Pathak. Downward dog is right here. There's no need for this right now. We're just warming up. And then from here, we're going to come all the way up onto the tips of our toes. We keep dropping the head here as we're rounding forwards all the way and back into Dandasana, the plank. Keep pushing yourself away from the ground, nice and straight upper back here. Take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, come back up into Pathak. Breathe in deeply, and on your out breath, up onto your tiptoes, forwards into Dandasana, the plank. Now bring your knees to the ground. Slowly turn the crooks of your arms forwards, so that when you come down, you're using your triceps. So elbows in and bring your chest to the ground right in between your hands, and then rest your chin on the ground. Breathe in, breathe out. And on your next in-breath, you bring the chest up and your hips down. Tops of the feet come onto the ground. And we're starting by bringing the shoulders as far back as possible. So you want to make sure that the shoulders are not somewhere here, that you're not tensing up in your neck muscles. So far away from you and shoulder blades squeezed. Look forwards, and then on your next in-breath, you come even higher. Look up towards the ceiling. If this is too strong, if you feel that you need to now straighten your legs, just stay a little bit lower, making it a bit easier on your triceps, and then look up just a little bit. If you really want to go for it, and if you've got no issues in your lower back, you can come all the way up here. Keep that little bend in the elbows, stretch the throat, and you've still got your pubic bone in touch with the ground, but your lower belly is off the ground. We breathe in deeply. On the out breath, we tuck the toes under or roll on the toes and come up into Pathak mountain pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then from here, one more time, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. We're going to round forwards into Dandasana, the plank. This time, we're going to open up to the right, reach the right arm up, and push your hips up. So just like that, we're staying and we're breathing. If you're advanced, you can reach the leg up as well. If you want a little bit less strength here on your arm, you can come onto your forearm as well. You can even be onto your lower leg here. So from here, we're going to breathe out and back into Dandasana. Deep breath in, and on the out breath, we're reaching the left arm up. We're opening up to the left. And we might want to reach the left leg up. Now here we want to make sure that it's not just our hips pushing up, we're also pushing forward. So we're not sticking our bum out in any way. We're in a nice and straight line. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And on the next out breath, we come down into Dandasana again. We can bring our knees to the ground again, just like we did before. Or we can lower ourselves into Chaturanga and staying in that low plank. Now straighten the arms, come into upward dog. Or you can come back into your cobra where you're here. Tops of the feet are on the ground. The legs are off the ground in upward dog. We're pushing away from the ground. And then we roll on the toes or tuck the toes under. So we breathe out and back into Parvatasana. Or if you're getting warm, downward dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now breathe in and raise your right leg off the ground. Push your right hip down. So we're squaring off the hips here. Then we're opening up to the right, pushing that hip up. And we're bending the leg, bringing that heel towards our buttocks. Deep breath in, and on the out breath, we're stepping the foot forward all the way in between our hands. If this has happened, that's fine. You just help yourself forward a little bit, but find that spot where the foot is in between your hands. Then, beginners, you can bring your knee to the ground and come up. If you're advanced, all the way into Ashtanga or the crescent moon. Now we want to reach the hands as high as they can go, but we want to also make sure that we're reaching the shoulders down, sliding them down by its sides, and we gently look up. We're straightening the back leg if we can, and we're breathing. Now take another deep breath in, and on the out breath, bring the hands down and step back into Dandasana. We're taking a breath here, and then we're pushing ourselves back up into Parvatasana or downward dog. From here, we're taking a deep breath in, and on the out breath, we're raising our left leg off the ground. And as we're reaching the leg as high as it can go, we're pushing the hip down. We keep squeezing the shoulder blades here, and then we're opening up to the left. So you might be able to look underneath your left arm here and towards the ceiling, and then bend your leg, bringing that heel towards your buttocks. Take a deep breath in, and then step forwards, land your left foot in between your hands, sink the hips down, and come up. Again, if you're a beginner, you can be here. You can even put the top of the foot onto the ground. So lots of different options here. And we're breathing in and out. Push that heel towards the back of you. Breathing in. And on the out breath, we bring the hands down. This time we step forwards into our forward fold. And we take a few deep breaths in and out. We're slowly lowering ourselves. So just letting gravity do its thing, our torso coming closer towards our legs. And then from here, we're going to walk our fingertips as far forward as possible. We're going to notice that our arms are right next to our ears here. Then we're going to raise our hands off the ground. And with the arms exactly where they are now, we're going to come up with a nice and straight back. Reach the arms up. Breathe in as you come into a back bend. And breathe out. Bring the hands to your heart center. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And we're going to just slide the arms down by our sides. Palms face forward. You can take a moment to close your eyes. And then from here, we're going to come into a little bit of balance. We're going to start with Vrikshasana or the tree pose. We're going to start with our left leg and bring it either onto the inside of our supporting right leg. It can also be a little bit lower here if you're struggling with balance, or you can be in that half Padmasana position, just like that. So choose what's most comfortable for you. And once you've got that connection of your foot and the leg, bring the arms up over the head and the palms together. And you can stay here, or if it's more comfortable, slide the hands down to your heart center. Now, this is a wonderful pose. We can stay in this for a long time. We can gently push our knee towards the back to open up the hips. And we're staying completely in control. So what you want to do here is focus on a spot in the distance. And that'll help you with your balance. Also make sure you're relaxing your shoulders, your neck muscles. Maybe smile, that often helps. Ooh, it doesn't help me. And then we come out of the pose and we'll do the other side. So we're going to get our right leg either up here or there or here. And then we'll bring the arms up over the head. Bring the hands to our heart center. If that's more comfortable, we've got these two options. And we breathe. And I'm going to try smiling and hope that doesn't mess with my balance. And keep breathing in and out. Even in this position here, you can also push the knee a little bit further towards the back. Feel your hip opening up a bit more. We're using active stretching here. So we're slowly warming up our muscles, keeping our fascia healthy and springy, like connective tissue, protecting your muscles, but also your organs, your limbs, your nerves. And then we come out of this pose and we shake off the legs. Very good. We'll come into Surya Namaskar or the Sun Salutation, starting slowly and then picking up a little bit more. So you walk to the front of your mat, so you've got enough space to lunge back. You bring your arms by your sides, palms facing forward, and we're starting, as often in yoga, not with breathing in, but with breathing out. And we're breathing out, bringing the hands to our heart center. And we breathe in and bring our arms up over the head. We breathe out and fold forwards, down all the way with a nice and straight back. We breathe in and step back with our right leg. We breathe out and slide the left leg back. Now we hold our breath as we bring our knees, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Breathe in to Bhujangasana or the Cobra. Breathe out, come into Parvatasana or downward dog. Breathe in, reach the right leg up and step forwards. Breathe out, step the left leg forward. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, hands to your heart center. Breathe in again. Breathe out, fold forwards. Breathe in, left leg goes back this time. Breathe out, the right leg goes back. Hold your breath as you come down on your knees, chin and chest. Breathe in, Bhujangasana. Breathe out, Parvatasana. Raise the left leg, step forward. Breathe out, step the right leg forward. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, bring the hands to your heart center. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, fold forwards. Breathe in, step the right leg back. Breathe out, step the left leg back. Hold your breath as you come down. Breathe in, Bhujangasana. Breathe out, Parvatasana. Breathe in, reach the right leg up and forward. Breathe out, left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, the arms go up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, step the left leg back. Breathe out, step the right leg back. Hold your breath, bring the knees, chest and chin to the ground. Breathe in, Cobra. Breathe out, downward dog or mountain pose. Breathe in, reach the left leg up and forwards. Breathe out, reach the right leg forwards. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, hands to heart center. We'll do one more round, so that's 2 rounds right and left. And we'll do it a little bit faster, okay? Breathe in, bring the arms up. Breathe out, fold forwards. Right leg steps back, left goes back. Hold your breath. Breathe into the cobra. Out, breathe in. Reach the right leg forwards. Left leg, breathe out. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, left leg goes back. Right leg, hold your breath. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, left leg comes forward. Right leg, breathe in, breathe out. Take a moment to relax. Again, we want to relax the shoulders here as well. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe close your eyes for another moment. And then from here, we're going to bring the hands to our heart center and breathe out. We breathe in, bring our arms up. We breathe out and fold forward. This time as we breathe in, we come into a halfway lift. So our body, our torso is parallel to the ground. On our next out breath, we fold forwards. We're getting ready to step or jump into the high plank, Dandasana. Push yourself away from the ground. This time slowly lower yourself into Chaturanga. So you're in one straight line here in Chaturanga Dandasana. And then you breathe in to upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Bend your legs. Look forwards and step or jump into a forward fold. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, breathe out, fold forwards. Breathe in, come into a halfway lift. Breathe out, fold forwards. Get ready to step or jump into Dandasana. Lower yourself, so you're using your tricep here, just like before, hovering your chest over the ground, and then you straighten your arms, roll onto the tops of your feet, look up, breathe in, and as you breathe out, you come into downward dog or Parvadasana. Now stay here for a moment, just breathing in and out. So you're still squeezing your shoulder blades, tilting your pelvis. And then from here, we're going to step or jump our feet onto the outside of our hands and sink our hips down. So we're in Malasana here. You would want to have your heels on the ground. For some of you, this might be difficult. It gets easier if you step your feet a little bit further apart. This has a lot of strain on the inner adductors here, so you might want to come a bit higher. And if you're very flexible, then your feet are a bit further together, then you bring the hands to your heart center. And you're straightening your spine. And you gently look up a little bit. Make sure your spine is nice and straight. And you can use your elbows to push the knees a little bit further apart. And maybe close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Another deep breath in. Now on the out breath, you can always step and don't have to jump, but you basically bring your hands to the ground, and from here you're going to step or jump into the low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. And from here, breathe into upward dog. Breathe out, Parvadasana or downward dog. Breathe in, reach the right leg up. Open up to the side and bend your leg. And keep making sure that that weight on your right is exactly the same as on your left hand. And then step forwards. Knee comes forwards and we're sinking down into Raj Kapodasana. Straighten your back. And then from here, we're going to hinge forwards and all the way down. You can, if you want to, straighten the arms towards the front, bringing your forehead onto the mat. If it's more comfortable, you can make a little cushion with your arms and rest your forehead on your forearms. And as you're staying here, you're just noticing what's happened to your breath, and relaxing, you're easing yourself into that stretch. So what you want to have here is have your left hip push down onto your heel. If you're very open in the hips, you might notice that your right foot is very far on the left side of your mat. And if you're quite tight in your hips, then your heel will be closer to your pubic bone. Just a few more breaths here. We're going to bring the hands close to our front knee, and we're going to straighten our torso again. From here, you can either stay exactly where you are, or you can bend the back leg and hold onto it with your left hand. So left foot, left hand, and you might realize that you've not got the hips entirely aligned, because if you don't, you won't be able to reach the right arm up. If you're able to, that's great. And then keep breathing. Maybe direct your gaze towards the ceiling again. And if you're very flexible, if you're quite advanced, you can bring that foot in even closer. Use the crook of your arm to come even further into this quad stretch. And then bind your hands together behind your back. And while you do this, you keep breathing. You keep smiling, and you keep enjoying that stretch. If you don't, you just come out of it a little bit more. So there's no use in doing too much. That's not what yoga is about. In fact, our life shouldn't be so much about competition, whether that's with other people or with ourselves. This is just about doing right by your body here. And then we slowly release, bring the hands back to the mat, we tuck the left toes under, and we push the leg up. And we're reaching the right leg up all the way, and then we're going to bring it to the back, maybe all the way around in a few circles here, whatever feels good. And then we come back into Pathak or mountain pose, or if you're so inclined, into downward dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now from here we're going to reach the left leg up, we're going to open up all the way, we're going to bend as well. Again, looking up towards the ceiling if we can, but never over that arm, always under the arm, so we're relaxing our head. And from here we're bringing the knee forwards and landing it in between our hands. Now again, on this side you'll be able to see a bit better. If you're very open in your hips, you're going to have that front leg, the lower leg, almost in a straight line. Now I'm not that open in my hips, so while I can push down, I feel this quite strongly, and we're holding this position for a longer time, so don't go too deeply into it to begin with. Maybe bring your heel a little bit closer in, or if you're very tight in your hips, even here is okay. And then from here, if you haven't already done so, we're going to come down with our torso, and we're going to breathe. So just relax everything, your arms, your shoulders, your neck muscles, your third eye, which is probably resting either on the mat or on your forearm. Allow yourself to get heavy. And feel your stomach expand and contract. Feel it in touch with your left leg. And we're staying for another few deep breaths. From here, slowly bring the hands back onto the mat, straighten your torso. And then again, your option is to just stay here and focus on that stretch. Or you can, if you want to, bend the right leg, hold onto the right foot with your right hand, and then reach the left arm up. If you feel yourself wobble, that's fine. Just keep using that left hand on the mat. There's no need to go into this pose any deeper than your body wants to. But if you do want to, if you feel that your body can do this, then you can again use the crook of your arm to bring that foot even further in. The top of the hand, the right hand, can rest in between your shoulder blades. You're bending the left arm and you're binding your hands together behind your back, and then you gently look up. And you relax into this stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly release, and then from here we're going to bring our hands back onto the mat. We're going to tuck the right toes under, and we're going to push the left leg up, all the way up into three-legged dog. Give it a shake, and whatever you need to do to get comfy, and then come back into downward dog or Pathak. So once again, we're squeezing the shoulder blades, we're tilting our pelvis, we're reaching the heels towards the ground, but don't worry too much if they don't reach, and don't worry if you need to bend your knees a little bit here. This is all about having a nice and straight back. And you want to make sure that you're using your fingers to support your weight as well, so not just the heel of the hands. There's too much pressure on it most times anyway, so use your fingertips here as well. And then from here we're going to come onto our tiptoes again, around forwards, all the way into Dandasana. We're staying here and breathing. And then from here we're going to lower ourselves again. So again, if this is too strong for you, knees to the ground, chin and chest to the ground, or otherwise lower yourself into Chaturanga Dandasana. Stay here and breathe. Don't constrict your breath. And then from here, breathe in to upward facing dog. If you've been in Ashtanga Namaskar, so from here you can go into the Cobra. Wherever you are, you're now going to roll on your toes or tuck the toes under and come back into downward dog or Pathak. Now from here, we're going to reach the left leg all the way up and step forwards. We're going to come up into Ashvasanchalanasana, the crescent moon. Again, if this is too strong, your knee can be on the ground. Look up towards the ceiling. And then from here, if your knee was on the ground, raise it off the ground first and then bring your back heel onto the mat. You're staying facing forwards with your torso, so make sure that that heel is the furthest away from you and the toes are a little bit further in. And then you're pushing the left hip backwards and the right hip forwards, just gently. Take a deep breath in, and on the out breath we're opening up to the right and into warrior two. Engage your arms. Reach the left arm forwards and then bring the arm all the way down towards the ground. Reach the right arm up and stay here, or if you can, bind your hands behind your back. So left hand goes just underneath, right hand comes back. You can hold on to your hands, or you can hold on to your right wrist, and then straighten the arm if you can. Look up towards the ceiling, push the right shoulder back. Take a deep breath in and then release. And then from here, straighten your left leg. Keep breathing. And if you notice that this was a little bit too much, or if you're hunching forwards a little bit now, then just bring yourself up a little bit more with your torso, either holding on to your left leg here, or bringing the top of the hand just in touch with the leg like this. If you want to go a bit further into Trikonasana or the triangle pose, you can use your peace fingers to hold on to your big toe and then reach the toes up, being on your left heel. And slide back down. And that right arm is going to go all the way over your head. Follow that movement of the hand with your gaze. All the way down towards the ground. And here we drop our head. So we're looking towards our nice right foot. And then we're going to bring the left hand on the outside of the left foot. So we're framing that front foot here. You might want to bend that left leg a little bit, depending on your level here. And then you just bring your torso a little bit further over to the left and then reach the left arm up. Reaching the hand towards the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling as well if that's not uncomfortable, and pushing that right hip forwards. Now in this position, if you're a little bit unstable, you can bring that hand, the right hand, a bit further away from your foot. If you want to go deeper into this pose, your right hand can be on the inside of your left foot. Oh, sorry, on the outside of your left foot as well. Now breathe. Bring that hand back onto the inside if it was on the outside. And on the next out breath, bring your hand all the way down. Drop your head for a moment. And then raise your back heel off the ground. Turn the toes to face the front. Bend your front leg. And step in once. Maybe hover if you can. This is the chance for you to just come into a forward fold as well and then roll up through the spine. Or if you want to, you can come with me and bring yourself up into a straight position. Bring your right knee up all the way. Slide the shoulders down, straighten the arms, palms face the front, and then we flex our right foot. We bring the hands to our heart center. And then we're going to push back, bending the left knee a little bit, or a lot if you want, and straightening the right leg as we keep the foot flexed. So we want to be in one straight line here. And then we come back forwards. And we'll do this one more time. Breathing in, preparing, breathing out, pushing back. So using your hamstrings here. Very nice. Keep breathing. And then straighten the left leg, point the right toes now. And then bring your hands to the ground. If you need to bend the supporting leg, of course you can. Hands come to the ground and you drop your head as much as you can. And reach the right leg up as much as you can as well. So this is called the standing splits. If this looks a little bit too advanced for you. Don't worry too much about how high the leg goes. You can have your hands a bit further forwards if that gives you a bit more stability. And you can also here not just work on the flexibility of your legs, but also on balance. You can bring one hand to your supporting ankle. And then let's see if I can do this today. My balance is quite off, as we know from the beginning. And then the other as well. So not working too well for me today. And then the idea is to come even deeper into this stretch. So from here, bring the hands back onto the mat. Bend that leg, step back, and then step both legs back and into downward dog or mountain pose. Take a little breather. And from here, we're going to raise the right leg off the ground, step forward, land the foot in between your hands, sink the hips down, and come into Ashtanga. So just like before, we're giving ourselves a bit of time here. We're giving ourselves the time to breathe and to actually arrive in this pose. And then we're going to bring the back heel onto the mat. If you notice that you've opened up, again, just bring your foot in a bit further with the heel coming towards the back. Shoulders relaxed, but the arms are nice and straight. We're breathing in and out. And of course, you want to also make sure that that knee doesn't come over your toes, just protecting your knee a little bit here. Now, deep breath in, and on the out breath, we open up to the left. We're engaging our arms, shoulders squeeze. We're looking forwards, but everything, our whole torso is open towards the left. We're reaching the right arm forwards, and then coming all the way down, reaching the left arm up. We're breathing. If your hand doesn't reach the ground here, you can be a little bit higher, bringing that lower part of your arm, your forearm even, onto your thigh, onto your right thigh. If you're here, and if you're quite advanced, you can bind again, right arm underneath, left arm joins, and if you can, you'll be able to bind holding onto your left wrist, and that'll help push that left shoulder back, look towards the ceiling. Breathe. And then relax. Straighten your right leg. Again, coming a bit higher if you need to. Breathing in and out. And then bringing the left arm all the way over. Again, you're following that movement with your gaze. Your head turns here as well. And we come down. Breathing in and out. We're letting the head drop. We're bringing the right hand onto the outside of the right foot. If we have to, if it's more comfortable, we bend that leg. Oh, we're just opening up towards the other side now. The right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You're still pushing yourself away from the ground here with your left hand. And on the next out breath, bringing the arm down, dropping the head, raising the back heel off the ground, turning the toes to face the front, bending that front leg, and then stepping in and holding. Again, your option is to come into a forward fold here, roll up through the spine, and then reach your left leg up with the knee guiding the way. Or you can come up just like this in one smooth movement. Give yourself time. When you're reaching your arms down, you're pushing the knee up. Flex your foot. Bring the hands to your heart center. And from here, so hips engaged, knee nice and high. And it doesn't matter how high that is for you if you're here, but if you're feeling your hips engaged, that's all we want. And on the next out breath, we push back, we bend the right leg as we do so. And we're straightening the left leg, bringing our torso and our left leg into one straight line. And from here, we come back forwards. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back, bending that right leg. And we straighten the left leg, we point the left toes. We're straightening the right leg and we're bringing the hands to the ground. Again, if you need to have more of a grip, more balance here, bring the hands further forwards and reach the left leg up. If you think you're fine to have the hands close, even better. And if you think you can hold on to your ankle with one hand and then the other. This is absolutely not possible for me today. And that's the thing with balance, sometimes it's just a bit off. Now hands back onto the mat. We're going to step the left leg back. We'll step the right leg back into downward dog or mountain pose. And then we're going to bring our knees to the ground. We're going to take a moment in child's pose. Well done. So relax your forearms onto the mat. Relax your shoulders. And breathe in and out. Just a few deep breaths. See how that feels. And just notice that breath. Don't think I have to make it deeper than it is now. Just let your breath guide the way. Breathing all the way into your body. And then breathing all the way out. In through the nose. And out through the nose. And then from here, we're going to come up into Vajrasana. So just sitting on your heels. Breathe in and out. And then we're going to bring the hands just next to our knees. And we're going to come into a forward fold, rolling on our toes. So we can always tuck the toes under as well, but especially in Surya Namaskar and Vinyasa, it helps to roll on the toes. And last but not least, it's very good for you. It's very good because everything starts with our toes, with the muscles that we use, and there's quite a lot in our feet. So what we want to do, if you're uncomfortable with it, just tuck one set of toes under, whichever it is, and then roll on one. So not putting all the weight onto one set of toes, and then come down again and do the other side. If you're quite familiar with it, if you know what you're doing, just come up into a forward fold, rolling on both toes. Breathe in and breathe out. And then from here, we're going to breathe into a halfway lift. We breathe out and come back forward into our forward fold. We breathe in all the way and come up. We breathe out and bring the hands to our heart center. We're going to come into a strong back bend now. If you've got any issues or injury, but that obviously goes for everything, just be careful with this. So any problems with your lumbar spine, no back bends. If you're fine, feet together, toes together, heels together. Hold on here, just to your hips. And then slowly push the hips forwards, look up, and bend back. Only to where it's right for you. If you want to, if it's comfortable, you can drop the head towards the back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you come out of the back bend. Now this time, be careful, we had that support here. This time we bring the arms up over the head. They're staying right next to our ears. And then we breathe in as we come into our back bend. And we breathe out, come back out of it. Bring the hands to your heart center. Take a moment to close your eyes again. And then we're going to bring the arms by our sides, palms face forward. And we're going to sit down on a mat. We'll come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So we're going to bring our left leg onto the ground, bending, so that left heel is close to our buttocks. And the right leg is going to come on top with the sole of our foot being on the ground right next to our knee. We're going to straighten our spine. You can hold on to the knee here. We're breathing. And then we're releasing the right hand behind us onto the mat. Or if you don't need that support, you can bring the top of the hand all the way around to rest on your waist. And then we're slowly going to start turning towards the back. I'd suggest that you keep holding onto your knee here. And then you're turning. So we want to keep that straightness in the spine as we do this. So separating the vertebra and then turning. And we're turning in equal measures here. So lower back just as much as the upper part. Not everything should come from the neck here. And then if you're advanced, you can straighten the arm and push against the outside of your right knee. You can hold on to your right ankle, or you can bind the hands together, bringing that left hand underneath the right leg, and then holding on to your hand. Again, all the while we're looking towards the back. And then we'll slowly release and slowly come back forwards. So my regulars will know what I do now. We're going to change sides. If this gets too complicated, just change sides the normal way, just like that. But we can also come into a forward fold, bringing the hands in front of us, and then stepping the left, so I'm mirroring left foot back onto the ground. We're going to bring the hands to the left. We're going to walk the hands all the way, and you might notice that you're now going to have to come onto your tiptoes so that your feet are going to turn with you as you go towards the back, and all the way towards the other side. The feet turn, 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 feet. And now you've got your left leg over the right, and you can sink down so that the right foot, the top of the right foot, is on the mat, and the left foot is coming over. And here we are. Did that work? Hopefully. And if not, just find this position, left foot over the bent right leg. Straighten your spine. Maybe hold on to your knee here. And then release your left hand either behind you on the ground or bringing it around so that the top of the hand is resting on your waist. Straighten the spine again. Turn gently and slowly. We've got all the time in the world here. And again, if you want to, you can stay here, of course. You can straighten the arm, bring it on the outside, hold onto the ankle, or bind your hands together. Holding here for a few breaths. And then we're slowly releasing again. And we're going to come into Pathak Yoga Ltd. So we'll bring the soles of our feet together. We'll hold on to our feet if that's comfortable. Let the knees just come to the sides here. Again, we're straightening our spine, of course. We're going to take a deep breath in and look up. We'll breathe out and look down. Then we're going to round the shoulders forward. We're going to round our torso. And we're folding forwards. You can bring your forearms onto the mat here, if that is comfortable, if you can fold forwards enough. If not, that's no problem at all. But wherever you are, you can just open your palms to the ceiling here. Maybe imagining receiving energy through the palms of your hands as you breathe in and out. And then we're slowly going to roll up through the spine. And our head comes up last. We're going to take our head to the left. Just the head reaching for the shoulder, or our left ear reaching for the shoulder, rather than the shoulder coming up, you're relaxing the shoulders down. And then you turn your head so that you're looking towards your shoulder. And you come into the diagonal position here, so reaching that left side of your chin towards your collarbone, rather than bringing the chin all the way down towards your sternum. So we're staying here. It's your splenius capitis, your slightly smaller muscle group, not as big as the trapezius. And on the next out breath, we'll bring the chin onto the chest. You can round the shoulders forwards if that's comfortable. And then use the next in-breath to come up all the way. Breathe in, and on the out-breath, to the other side. Just gently, wherever's right for you. We're putting a lot of pressure onto our neck area. It's our most mobile vertebra. But we're also straining them a lot. And lots of stress that we've got, physical and mental stress, manifests itself in that area. Deep breath in and then turn your head on your out breath. Look towards your shoulder. Shoulders still sliding down here, of course. Nice and relaxed. And we'll come into that diagonal position again. So not all the way down. Think chin reaching for the for the collarbone. On your next out breath, whenever that is, you bring your chin all the way onto your chest. If you want to, you can round your shoulders forwards again. And then come up on your next in-breath. Nice and slowly, and release your hands. And from here, you're just going to recline down. So the feet are staying exactly where they are. You're just coming down into the reclined angle pose, or Supta Pathak Yoga Ltd. You're opening your palms to the ceiling again. You're feeling that little bit of space underneath your lower back. You're relaxing your shoulders. So just get comfortable here. That doesn't mean you have to immediately be still in this pose. If it's uncomfortable for your legs to be so widely open like that, if that's too much of a strain, then of course you can make your way into Shavasana as well, straightening the legs again. So whatever is comfortable here. And just take a few moments to relax. Breathe in and out. Again, if thoughts come and go, and let them. This tends to be the time when that happens, because we're not really focusing on any movement, on an asana. We're just lying here. Just try to focus your awareness on your diaphragm here. Breathing in, your stomach expands. Breathing out, your stomach contracts. Breathing in, I'm aware of the breath going into my body. Breathing out, every second of that out breath, I know I'm breathing out. And that's all we need to be aware of right now. All that it takes to be fully aware of the present moment. Notice the length of your in-breath and notice the length of your out-breath. And then from here, bring your left knee over on top of the right. Bring your torso over towards the right, and you can use your right arm as a cushion for your head. And just stay here for a few deep breaths. Really taking your time here. And whenever you're ready, whenever that is, you can open your eyes and push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Now this might be Shukrasana, the happy pose, the easy pose, or if you like, if you're quite comfortable with this, Vajrasana, sitting on your heels. Just anything that doesn't constrict your diaphragm basically is fine. You can open your palms to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, breathe out all the way. Just a few more deep breaths. Fine to close your eyes if that's nice, or if you want to be aware of everything that's going on around you, then of course have your eyes open. We'll finish our asana practice with Om chanting. So we'll all take a deep breath in together. You can keep your hands the way they are, or you can bring them into Gyan Mudra with your thumb and your forefinger touching, the other fingers reach away from you. Relaxing your shoulders. Deep breath in. Rub your hands together. Feel your energy, the energy that you've created, the energy that you got from the room around you. Feel it gather at your fingertips. This is your Kundalini. And then bring your palms to your face and your hands to your heart center. Dhanyavad, and I hope I will see you again soon. Also, one more thing. I know we didn't do any pranayama. My regulars will know that pranayama is really important and I love it. We've got some videos that we've already got on our YouTube channel that you can check out. There's Anulom Vilom, there's Brahmdi, obviously, the humming bee. So check it out if you want, and I will see you soon.